You're listening to the Last Man In podcast. Covering Winnipeg hockey and the NHL.
Scheifele dances his way in. Scheifele scores! Blake Wheeler finds the far corner. And the Winnipeg Jets win it in overtime.
Woo, woo, woo. Welcome to the Last Man In podcast, episode 168. Real lonely. You got the replacer, Matt, and me, Cam. That's it. Dan, big scouting report. Far away scouting report. We can't say where. He's getting some good prospects in, though. Like, some golden prospects in. That's all I'm going to say. Greg, MIA. Just kidding. He's also on the scouting report. So it's going to be, might be short, might be 2-3 hours. We don't know. It might be like a Joe Rogan podcast.
It won't be 3 hours.
It won't be 3 hours. That's a promise. You know, I'm trying to think of our longest podcast was probably... I think one of our longest podcasts is one of the first times I got back from when I went on tour, like with Carrie Bus, like a while ago, like 2 years ago. I think that first podcast back was like an hour 46 or something like that. Because like I just wanted to talk about what I did, and it was in the middle of the summer, so there was no news, so we just kept talking. So, anyways, I don't do previews, so we're just gonna jump right into it. Jets only played one game since last podcast. They played the Minnesota Wild. I watched the game from the second period on. They won 4-3. Patrick Laine, the alleged sniper that he claims to be, finally waking up and scoring. Now, I do alleged sniper with air quotes. Matt's looking at me. Not to get a bug him, because for a week, Scott Lawton of the Philadelphia Flyers had the same amount of goals as Patrick Laine. And I don't ever want to live in a world where that's happening, like ever. I know Scott Lawton as the guy that the Flyers drafted before Olimata. Yeah, that's not okay. That ain't right.
Well, you're not the only one that was freaking out about it. Like, I was listening to TSN radio, and people on the radio were not happy that Laine only had 2 goals in, 6 games at the time? So what are they, at 7? Yeah, they're at 7 now.
He's got 7 goals now.
No, he's got 4 goals now.
Oh, yeah.
We're at the 7-game mark. But people were like, well, he had 6 and 7 games last year. Why isn't he doing that? It's like, well, it's not just easy, like, I'll just score goals. Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
Like, relax, people.
That's what was missing. You yell and shoot at me. Oh, my bad. Can you do that every time I have the puck now? I love it. You know what's great about that, too? During this game, I was actually texting another friend of the show. He was at the game, and he was mentioning, I was like, I actually, from this very basement that we're in right now, I yelled shoot when Laine had the puck, because it seems like he's looking for the pass first in a lot of situations now. And so I'm like, who told Laine he could pass? Who told him he actually has a good pass? How dare they?
Well, he does have a good pass.
Oh, it's beautiful. But I'd rather see a shot.
There was that one play where he tried to force it to, I think, Ehlers.
Was it on a power play?
It was.
Yeah, that's the one I'm thinking. Second period. It was right. Yeah. Then
and
that's the play I'm thinking of, where I literally, I'm like, shoot, what are you doing? What are you doing? You have one of the best
shots. I think
shots.
he made that play, and I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure the puck came out, and then he brought it back in, and that was the play where he just stopped up and went, oh, no one's around. I guess I should shoot. And it just ripped a slap shot and scored. I'm pretty sure that was right after that. So maybe he heard you all the way in your basement.
Well, actually, that's what I texted my buddy. I was like, I yelled shoot, and I'm yelling shoot, and he's like, I think he heard us because he's scoring now. And this was like before he had the first goal, because he scored, I think both goals were in the first period, or second period, I think?
I think one in the first, one
in the
second.
He finally started shooting, so that was nice. But it's nice actually seeing that the Jets aren't playing like 4 games in 5 days like last year. But apparently that's also the trick to them winning, or like doing better. I'm not saying they're not winning. What are they, 3-3 now?
4-3.
4-3. Well, that's not terrible at all. And I mean, their counterparts, like, I guess I don't want to jump the gun, but Minnesota Wild, they just lost Zach Parise for how long did they lose him for?
6 to 8 weeks.
Oh, really? I had 8 to 10. So either way.
Oh, yeah, right. 8 to 10 because it's
2 months. That's on average 2 months because of back surgery. Because apparently it wasn't his back pain. It was he had such extreme pain, or like sore pain in one of his legs, that was like that was a final solution, because they tried everything.
It was a
else.
herniated disc in his back that was pushing on the spine that I'm guessing was connected to the leg, I think is what I read.
Oh, well, no.
So that's why his legs were so sore. Or his leg. And that was the only thing left they could do. So
He's 33. That's going to take the damage on
and
his
he's
body.
still got, what, like 6 years left on his contract?
I don't know that.
I'm gonna look it up.
Look it up
I'm gonna
right
look
now.
it up.
Because I remember they signed Parisi and Suter in the same offseason. Because I remember the Jets were actually like, they made it past a round of cuts at that point. I remember the Jets were in there. And it was like, I think they got cut from Suter right away. I think it was Parisi who was still.
I thought it was the other way around.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so it is. They got
I
cut
could
from
be wrong,
Parisi
yeah.
right away. But Suter was like, hey, there's a chance. I love Ryan Suter, don't get me wrong, but what is he making? $8.5 million for 11 years or something crazy like
they're
that?
more 7.5, I think.
Oh, that's still.
Yeah, 7.5. And it's so long it doesn't even show on Cap Friendly. It's past 2023, 24.
Oh, no.
Or at least 24. So
5 years? It's longer
At
than
least-
5 years?
yeah.
Oh,
So
no.
they might be in trouble, but you know what? That's kind of what they were going for, right? They were in win now mode, and actually, I think they put them into win now mode when they showed up because they were very good hockey players when they first got there, but they're both getting old and slowing down at this
Well,
point.
when did they
right?
sign it? When they were both like 26, 20? No, they would have been 28 when they signed it. Because they would have been unrestricted free agents.
Yeah, they could have been 27 at the.
Well, fine, even if they're 27, 10-year contract, that's great. Like, I mean, that's great, but like...
Great for the players, and at least it keeps the cap number down, right?
Yeah, I mean, I
Oh,
like how, like, the CBA now, they're like, okay, no more than 8 if you're with that team, else 7. And I'm like, even me, like, I like, way back to different sport, like, the old manager of the Jays, or the old GM, Alex Anthopoulos, he had an in-club rule saying, no contract longer than 5 years. I love that rule. Because, like, whatever. So, they gain back free agency years, that's fine, they're not losing it. But also, 5 years, like, from start to finish, it could go really bad quick.
Well,
but, like, 5 years, that's not an immovable contract.
You look at Batista when he, like, we're going to baseball.
Yeah, Jose,
When he was, like, trying to get his big money deal.
Yep.
Well, look what he did in the 1 year that he signed for. He was garbage this year. Like, he was just trash.
He got that 5-year deal, and it was just monstrous. And, yeah, like, he did great for... I mean, I don't watch a lot of it.
He did good for 4, or I guess 3, because he did not so good this first year on his 5-year deal.
Yeah.
Did really good in the next 3, and then slowed down again in the 5th year. And
This is the 5th year, right? Or this is the 6th-year option.
No, there wasn't even an option. They re-signed him after.
Oh, jeez.
Because he wasn't taking low money because he's worth more because he's been playing for a discount for how long? And it's like, no, you weren't playing for a discount, a hometown discount at that point.
We signed you when you were like 30.
Yeah, we signed you when you were 28 and you weren't very good. All of a sudden you just connected and figured it out when you were here. That's not a hometown discount. That's you signed because you're an idiot for low money.
We signed you for the money that we thought you were worth. And then you outplayed the money that you're worth, and now you want us to give you a deal? Get out of town.
Exactly. That makes no sense.
But basically, so now that's back to like hockey. That's why I love the CBA now. I hope in the next one they're like, yeah, no longer than 6 and 5. I doubt they'll do that because players want like guaranteed contract. Or no, they want just length. Because hockey is one of the only sports with guaranteed contracts still.
Well, yeah, and the NBA, I'm pretty sure, has 5 years. True. And I think, but their max, I think, is like 5 years.
Oh yeah, I think so. I don't know much about.
I don't know much about it either, but I
There's
remember
one friend of the show who I know is yelling at his radio right now because he'd be the one to. Or friend of the show, Andrew is. Yeah, because any basketball question to go to him, or even like Bryan Sveinson.
Well, because I know like Westbrook just re-signed a big extension, and it was only for 5 years, so I was like, I assume.
You know that contract, hey, obviously not on hockey. Whatever, it's fine. Cam's in charge. It's Cam's in charge. You know,
we're trying to scramble for an hour today. Okay,
we don't even need it. We don't even need to. As long as we hit like a 20-minute mark, it's fine. It could be a little scooch. But basically, when I'm in charge, we take the bumpers off the lane and we let the kids have fun. Remember the first time you went bowling without the bumpers? I threw it into the other person's gutter, not like the one directly beside, like the far gutter. I just launched it, I ramped it off one gutter, and it flew over and landed. And then the guy came over and talked to my dad, so I think he got in some trouble.
Oh, yeah, I can imagine that.
Yeah, but, so friend of the show, Andrew, was telling me that Russell Westbrook, that, like, the richest contract in NBA history, apparently everyone who signs one, it's the new one. They just try and one-up each other. That contract is on the board since it got eliminated from the playoffs. The reason he signed it that day, and why I love the NBA, it's so petty, that was Kevin Durant's birthday that he signed it on. Right? Oh, that dick. Oh, I love it. When Andrew texted me, he's like, I'm like, did you see the Westbrook contract? He's like, everyone's known about that contract for months. And he's like, you know why he signed it today and made it official? I'm like, why is that? He's like, KD's birthday. I was like, monster! Oh, that's so evil. That's so terrible. Be like, happy birthday, KD. I make more than you now. It's awful.
A lot of people make more than KD. He takes a big discount playing in Golden State.
Well, because how contracts work, at least in the NBA, to my knowledge, is that you can get a max contract from your hometown team and make like 5 to 10% more than what you're going to make on the open market, only because it's like to encourage you to stay with that team, because the NBA nowadays is like, everyone needs a big 3 or big 4.
Yeah.
And so like to keep you there, to keep you at your home, and to keep it fair for like, I don't know, say like Portland Trailblazers, how they have like Damian Lillard. Well, Damian Lillard will take a max contract to stay there, and because he likes it there. When if he went to the open market, he might take less, but and less years too. So I guess it's kind of like an incentive for both sides. Like, hey, we can actually build you a superstar here, and like you'll want a winner. So, yeah. Anyways, how do we get on this? Oh yeah. So what'd you think of the game? Like the Jets Wild game, 4-3. Did it look like the Jets
so
actually?
Long since the game happened. What was it, Friday?
Yeah,
it was
because
Friday.
they've only had one game since last podcast was almost a week ago.
You know, they played well. Like, they didn't... It wasn't the Columbus game, right? That's how I...
Yeah, right?
I don't know how to describe it. Like,
so how do you think, looking forward, they have 3 games before, I believe... Yeah, 3 games before
3 games
next
left in the
podcast
month.
should have.
Yeah.
They have... They're in Columbus, or they're at Columbus, they're at Pittsburgh, and then
the next
they
game's
host...
Pittsburgh, I'm pretty sure.
Oh,
Pittsburgh,
sorry.
Columbus, Minnesota.
No, they host Pittsburgh on Sunday.
Oh, right.
So
then it's
Minnesota's
Pittsburgh,
after-
and then it's Minnesota again, right?
Yeah.
Right,
So,
right.
going forward, what do you expect in the... obviously you want 8 points, like you want the 4 wins. But
No.
realistically, what are you saying?
I said going into this month as a Jets fan, come out of this month at least 500.
Yeah.
And that you're not in terrible shape just because of like who you're playing after this. Because like playing Columbus and Pittsburgh, like how many times do they play them? And like in a matter of 2 weeks, they play both of them all their games.
Twice.
That they play against, like
Yeah.
twice each.
Yeah.
And those are 2 heavyweights in the Metro, which is probably the best division in hockey. Like
Currently, yeah,
I'd say right now.
Yeah.
So yeah, you come out of there just out of the month with 500, and you're good. Like
Just get
Right,
out of
yeah.
there with your head above the water.
exactly,
Just, please, somebody. Like,
exactly, and then you worry about it from there.
Yeah, I don't like I don't like the comparison, and like I know it's a weird stat, but apparently it's like around 80% of the teams that are in a playoff spot come American Thanksgiving make playoffs, and I'm like, that's crazy. American Thanksgiving, I think it's on like the 25th of November. That's madness. That's only 2 months into a season. Isn't the season like, how long's a regular season? October, November, December, January, February, March, April. 7 months? 2 months into 7 months, and you're like, oh, whip, you toss it in. That's what I do with the Flyers, but that's just because I'm like, I would describe myself, I've described others like this, but I for sure am like a radio fan caller. Where like, when the things are bad, I'm like, yeah, I'm not even watching the games, I don't care about that team, but when they're winning, I'm the best team in the world, unstoppable.
As you wear your Leaf shirt.
Yeah. As I know, my Phil Kessel player team.
Yeah,
for sure. It's the best.
Yeah, no, I don't know. That's a crazy stat. Like I don't believe that either. Like
It's madness that like
to think about that. Like
well, how many games is it? Like basically after what, like 16 games, you can tell if someone's gonna make playoffs. That's madness.
pretty much whoever's at the top of each division is pretty much just
Guaranteed. Just stay afloat, like stay 500 for the rest of the year, and you're in playoffs.
I'm not sure if that's how it works. I think
Maybe
not. I don't think that's how it works at all.
Maybe not. No. But like, yeah, as long as for every 2 game or for every 1 game you lose, you win 2. Like that's what you got to do basically in any league to make playoffs, anyways.
Yeah. You just can't go on.
So just go 500 to finish the season is what you expect. Is what you want for this month.
This month, yeah, just this month. Finish
Okay.
500. You look good. You can worry about getting those long winning streaks after. Like the 3, 4, 5 game winning streaks. Worry about that after. Don't worry about it right now.
Now, did you know, or did you see that Palmer? I didn't know this at all. Paul Maurice has 600 wins now.
I did.
I did not. I don't know when he hit it. I should have
Last game.
Oh, he did hit it last
It was
game.
last game, yeah.
Okay.
And Wheeler got his 200th goal. That's another milestone.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that. I missed that one.
I just thought about it, actually.
No,
I
that's
totally
fine.
forgot about
I
it
like
just
Gio-
right now until
this-
you mentioned Paul Maurice.
This year is Hugh Blake Wheeler. He got a buzz cut. He doesn't have that nice like, coiffed hair. He's being outspoken with the media. But many, not just like, I'm not being like, oh, Donald Trump. Like, about a lot of things. I've listened to like post-game radio interviews and just you hear snippets. He's kind of being a little sassy to the reporters.
Well, I noticed that today, like, they didn't go to Blake Wheeler at all in the media today.
Yep.
It was only Pomo and Shifley that were talking on their whole thing that I watched on TSN.
Yeah, well, I guess that he's just kind of getting fed up with the same questions. Like, when do you think it's time to get rid of this core? And I'm like, well, I mean, probably 3 years ago, but whatever. That's just this guy. That's just me being a hater. I get it. I got the haterade. I know.
Yeah.
But I'll give you the breakdown of Maurice's wins. So with the Whalers, he had 61 career wins. Carolina, 323 career wins. Leafs, 76 career wins. And the Jets, 140 career wins. He was in Carolina a long time.
They actually had 2 stints in Carolina.
But still, that's still 323
Oh, yeah.
wins. That's like 4 seasons of never losing.
And we know he lost quite a few of those games.
He did. That's true.
He never had a good team really in Carolina or Toronto. Or,
No.
He's never really dealt with really good teams.
But then this is why everyone this year is so being like such hard, like just riding him hard. Because come on, this is clearly the best team he's ever coached. Like
It is by far the best.
skill wise
team
and
he's
on
ever
paper, like
Yeah.
paper skill is different. But like that's Andrew McDonald. I'll get to him later. Like sure, he looks great. I don't know how, but he is. But like both, like the skills there and the team's there.
You give him the year to figure it out. Then, if
We already know he's gonna get a multi-year deal because Jets aren't fun. They don't say numbers. They're just like multi-year deal. I'm like, how many? How many? Multi-year. Oh, stupid me. I should have assumed that. So this is just for Dan. I know he's not gonna listen, but I just have to say it real quick. I took a picture. This is at 5 minutes and 30 seconds left in the second period of the game. It was tied 2-2 in Minnesota. Dustin Byfuglien leads the NHL with 48 minor penalties since 2015-2016.
Okay, did you see the penalty he took that game though?
I think it was the reason
It
it
was
popped up
the-
was because they're on the PK. They were about to take the face-off. There's a
Did you
picture
see
of
the
it.
penalty though? Because it was ridiculous. It was no.
The penalty calls this year are trash. Like, the Flyers, naturally, were the first ones to take that new face-off delay a game. Because it was Couturier taking it. He got waived. Giroux came in. And, like, he said something to... Like, Giroux, like, looked at the refs like, come on, drop it. And then, like, he went to go do it. And the refs like, nope, Kate, you're gone. And then Giroux, like, said something to him. I don't know what, but Giroux... Many Flyers talk. Many.
Well, he's one of the funniest guys I've heard on those like
Mic'd up.
mic'd up things. Like when he's talking to Van Reeves, like, you fucking pigeon.
Yeah. We're like, hey, Phil, you get a Coke today? And Phil Kessel's great. So he was like, nah, I like Pepsi. But so Giroux said something to the ref, and the ref's like, boom, gone. Then I'm like, oh, on Sportsmanlike, they're like, no, dog, he's getting looks like the Flyers just got the first team in the NHL to get a delay a game off a face-off. And I'm like, of course they be! Why, who else? Who else? But what was that penalty with Buff?
Okay, it was a hook, or a hold. No, it was a hold.
Okay.
So he put his arm out and tried to swat the puck.
So the left arm.
The left arm
Along the left
because he's
board.
right-handed. So
Okay.
along the left boards, and the guy tried to lean on his stick and fell because Buff put his stick down.
So Buff let go of the stick. So
Buff essentially didn't let go of it, but like as he was coming, like put it down, and the guy fell. And that was the
because it
penalty
was the
call.
momentum.
Yeah.
Or not the momentum, the leverage where he
The
like,
leverage, where
slipped.
he slipped. Essentially, that's exactly what happened, and that was the
I don't
penalty.
remember
It was
that.
really bad. It was a really bad call.
Like that's the one thing that I'm not with the one.
Even
This
the guys
one-
on the broadcast were talking about like, oh, that was weak.
Well,
It's not just me being a Jets fan.
no,
okay?
not at all. I'm with you on the calls this year. Or like, I know there's like trying to implement the because basically this year they're like, okay, we're gonna start implementing the rules. That's not how you called it before. I know, but we're calling it like this now. And you're like, but why? And they're like, well, that's how it was called. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're calling penalties that you previously weren't calling properly to call properly now. Yes. Shouldn't you have called it like that forever? Yeah. Okay, good. Like, that's how it is. It's ridiculous.
Well-
So now they're calling it literally to, like, what it says in the book.
Well,
and
not
it's
just that.
maddening.
It's not just that. They're letting go of other stuff, but they're really cracking down on that slashing, right?
Yeah.
But Morrissey gets ran into the boards from behind by Chris Stewart.
Oh.
How is that not boarding?
And then Chris Stewart goes and scores.
Yeah, exactly. He's been on a tear, too. He's got, like, 5 goals on 9 shots.
Chris Stewart?
Yeah.
Nice shooting percentage.
Exactly.
Decent. There you go. Yeah, no, that one, obviously I was up in arms about that one. It was shakes. But also, like, that was kind of a questionable hit anyways. And then, like, you could see Morrissey, like, try and get back, and then Chris Stewart scores, and then Morrissey just, like, doubled over. I'm like, does he have a concussion? Was that a concussion hit that they're
I
not?
think that was just
Yeah, that was just, he got his bell rung.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I already got the knock.
No, yeah, we
probably.
get you. Yeah, so I mean, obviously I complain. Half this podcast is just us complaining about crap anyways. But, like, I know, right? Yeah, as Matt not just said, yes. But it's just, we want consistency. And now, if you're going to be consistent, give us either one or the other, even dating back to playoffs. Playoffs hockey, regular. Only sport in the world that I know of that I've been shown where
rules change.
Come playoffs, it's like, oh, here's half a 500-page book. We're keeping the last 100 pages. And you're like, what? What about the other 4? We don't need that anymore. We're above that. And you're like, okay, so 2-hand slashes to chop guys' fingers off are good to go now? What?
That was in the regular season.
My bad. Okay. Then I
That
used
was
the
right
PK Subban
before,
from the year before, where he was still in Montreal, where he, like, who did he tomahawk? Like, 2-hand swing at and broke, Mark Stone! He broke his wrist. You remember that?
Oh, right. I was up in arms about
No
that
call!
one.
There was a no call! And even me, like, I was cheering, I think I was cheering for, actually I would have been cheering for the Sens. There's no way I was cheering for Montreal in that one. Like, I rarely cheer for Montreal. I rarely cheer for the Sens too. But Sens in Montreal, it's the best of 2 evils. Like, I'll take, or the worst of 2 evils. But I saw that and I'm like, come on! And I'm like, okay, well, someone's gonna die now. Someone's gonna get, like, but what do they have to break their leg to get a call in this league? Like, what's going on?
That's crazy. The slashing, that's a lot. But that's what they're cracking down on now, right?
Which is good, but they're letting hits like Morrissey there's no more clear cut than on the numbers in that. You could call, like, he didn't get wrecked, but he definitely, like, got knocked off the puck and stumbled away. That easily could have been, either boarding or...
Well, especially when you look at how big Morrissey is. Like, Stewart is compared to Morrissey. Like, Morrissey's what? 6? I think he's 6 foot, 180, 190.
Yeah. Like,
and Stewart's a man.
Stewart's like 6, what is he, like
probably
6'3",
like
at least
225.
225.
Yeah,
at least.
exactly.
Like,
he's
and
a
that's
big boy.
That's not like, I mean, it might be a little flub, but that's at least 15 pounds of muscle more than Morrissey.
For
like
sure.
20 pounds more than him. So
he's a beast.
Very questionable. But I guess is there any more Jets notes that you wanted to touch on before we move on? Because
really.
I don't have anything else. Like, the Jets played one game.
They played one game. It's hard to talk about what they did.
Yeah.
Just nice. Maybe Lionel will go on a tear now. It's kind of what I think everyone's hoping. Through
We
that
can
one.
only hope.
Yeah.
Morrissey, your only hope. Not Morrissey.
Line
Line. Morrissey's always...
Well, though Ehlers is playing, like, you don't even need, like, Line going at full steam right now. Just let Ehlers do his thing, because he's been playing unreal.
Oh, 100%. Yeah, I know. I don't disagree with that whatsoever. All right. Well, then I guess I'll go into the mailbag. There's not a lot in the mailbag either, but hey, it's okay. We're trudging through this. We're getting through this. Just a note on the Sens, like, just bring it back to it. You know, last year Austin Matthews scored 4 goals in his first game.
Yeah.
Well, Craig Anderson has the stick that he played, like, goalie with, and he asked Matthews to sign his stick for that game. Hey, you know what? Whatever. It's a cool, like, I know you don't want to remember it, but it's a cool memory sake to be like, hey, you know what? Kid's first game, I let him have 4.
How did he get his stick, though?
What do you mean? He probably kept it. Goalies are weird. Like, I know...
Oh, you mean Craig Anderson has his own stick?
Yes.
Okay.
I
thought he had Matthews' sticks on. I was like, that's...
No, I'm sure
Okay.
Hockey Hall of Fames, like, Sport Hall of Fames are really on that stuff now. Like,
Oh, really?
Crazy. Like, what was it? I haven't been to the Hockey Hall of Fame, but when Crosby scored the Olympic goal, a Ginla stick, Crosby's stick, gloves, and helmet are in the Hockey Hall of Fame from that game because of, like, the significance of it.
Yeah.
But also, if you remember, I don't know if this was 2010 or 2014, where Crosby's equipment went missing from the airport. Like, someone stole it.
Did not know that.
I think we talked about it on here briefly, but I just remember like it took him a while to get it. So stuff like that's in the Hockey Hall of Fame if you ever go. And I've been told by Carrie, obviously friend of the show, he's like, oh, if you ever go to the Hockey Hall of Fame and you need some alone time, or like not like alone time, but like quiet time, you want to get away from the masses, go to the international wing. He said he was there. He was the only person looking through that because he's quite a big fan of Finland and like Finnish culture and everything. So he's looking at like the Finnish hockey and like international. An attendant of Hockey Hall of Fame like walked all the way down the hall and was like, excuse me, sir, are you lost? And he's like, no, I'm looking at the international stuff. Oh, okay, we thought you needed help or something. Like, actually, isn't that crazy? Like, no one
ever goes there.
Yeah,
That's crazy.
But my favorite, like, he was sending me Snapchats throughout the day of, like, random stuff, like Phil Kessel, two-time Cup champ, Bobby Orr stuff. My favorite was, in the NHL trophy room, there was, like, the Hart, the Messier, the Vezina, the Selke, what else? Who's a defenseman? The Norris. Yeah. All of, like, the individual awards. And, like, a few, like, obviously the Clarence B... What's the one?
Clarence B. Campbell.
Clarence B. Campbell for the East, and then who's got the West?
Oh.
If you remember, let me know. Either way, he sent me a Snapchat of a video, and he's like, all right, here's all the big awards. And then, like, around a corner, like, almost in a closet, is the President's Trophy. Like, it's in a separate room, like, in a closet. And he's like, yep, that's where it belongs, because no one cares about this stupid trophy. You're going to try and figure it out now, aren't you?
I have no idea.
Clarence B. Campbell. Oh, Wales.
Is it Wales? I was
Prince
thinking
of Wales.
It's
one. I don't know which one's which. I know it's too late. My career's past me now. I'm 26, so I'm gone. I'm never making the NHL. I've accepted that. But if I were to make the NHL, I'm not touching either of those trophies. I don't care what it is.
No, you touch it.
No, you're a touch.
Look at every time Pittsburgh's touched it, they've made it. They won.
But Chicago hasn't touched it, and they won.
I don't. Does it really matter then? Does it really matter?
I don't know. That's what I found out today. You're a touch. That's the title of the pod. I'm just kidding. You're a touch. Last Minute Podcast, episode 168. Is it Prince? Well, we'll find out which one's which. But yeah, I just thought that was pretty.
So you got the Campbell is one.
Campbell's of what? Of the East?
The West.
The West is the Campbell, okay. Clarence B. Campbell Award.
The East is the Prince of Wales Trophy.
All right, I know what both look like too, actually, because back in the day, McDonald's used to do like really sweet promotions with like goalie masks and like little trinkets, and one of the giveaways and stuff that they were doing was in fact the trophies, and I got the Prince of Wales, I got the Clarence B. Campbell, and I got the Norris. So I know what all three of those look like.
And
but
none of the other ones.
I know what the cup looks like, and the Conn Smythe.
Right.
Yeah, cup and Conn Smythe for sure.
Actually, I don't know what any of them look like except for the cup.
Yeah, the cup, and then, well, you know what Conn Smythe is. It's Maple Leaf Gardens. Conn Smythe, come on. You don't know what it's like a building with, and there's like metal maple leafs behind it. Like the
oh, maybe.
Yeah. Like, if I showed you it, you would be like, oh, that's a Conn Smythe. Like, I'm sure if you
showed me any of them, I'd be like, oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because I remember those classic, like, backdrop pictures of, like, hey, take a picture on the tux. Hey, and, like, bang.
Well, it's not just that, I think. I'm pretty sure on NHL, when you look at them, it shows the trophy right behind the guy who won it the last year. When I look at when I'm playing NHL, like, the video game, I'm pretty sure that shows all that there. So
well, that's good.
I'm pretty sure I'd know what they all look like.
I hope they do that, because that's proper branding and all that. So
yeah, exactly.
All right, what am I going to say? Oh, yeah. We were mentioning, we're going to talk about Henrik Lundqvist. What?
Oh, God.
What is going on with Henrik Lundqvist?
He's just, I think he's old.
He just hit him, eh?
It just hit him hard and I guess his style of play is so, that's the thing though, his style of play isn't really jump around like a Quick, where you'd think that Quick would be one of those guys where just all of a sudden it's just gone. Lundqvist is always just in his net, and it's all just reaction, and
they're just gone now.
Reaction just gotten that much slower in like 1 year. Like,
maybe, I don't know.
I'm pretty sure he's like 30th in all the goalie categories except for shots against, where he's third. Which you'd think he'd be better if he's at space the third most shots.
The New York Rangers play a 6-goalie system. I know this because the Flyers, whenever it's like, ooh, Sunday matinee, watch the Flyers take on the dreaded New York Rangers. Of course I'm watching the Flyers feed. No one watches a Rangers feed. It's boring. If you enjoy the Rangers feed, let me know who you are. Send me a picture of your address. I'm going to send you my code to get into Game Center so you can watch a Flyers feed, because you deserve better. But however, when you go and watch the Flyers play the Rangers, It's everyone blocks shots. Even the coach is diving on the bench. Joe Vigneault's like, get in there! It's just diving. It's ridiculous. So, you're looking up Lundqvist's numbers or what?
Yeah,
Okay.
I got him here right now. 2 wins, 4 losses, a shootout loss, and a 3.120 goals against average.
Hold on. Who's the best goalie in the league right now for goals against average? Because there's a lot of goalies
Take a guess.
It's not Carey Price.
No, it's not Carey Price. No.
Take a guess.
I'm just saying, take a guess.
Bobrovsky?
You won't get it.
Come on.
I will
I'll
give you $10. I will give you 5 tries to get it.
$10, 5 tries?
Yeah.
No money. I just want
No money? Okay.
3 guesses, no money. I want to see if I can get it and then just tell me. Okay, and no hints either. Okay, I'm going to go best goals against average.
Best goals against
Corey
average.
Schneider?
Nope.
Okay, not Corey Schneider. And I'm not going to get it.
No way.
Marc-Andre Fleury.
Nope.
Okay. Scott Darling?
Nope.
Okay, who was it? That was my 3.
Okay, I'll give you the top 3 because they're all at like 2 goals.
Yeah.
Pekka Rinne's at 3 with 2.01 goals against average.
Would never have got that. Not a chance.
Corey Crawford
Come on!
is at 2.
Goddamn Corey
Is at 2.
Oh, so he's better than Pekka.
He's better than Pekka. 1.86.
So someone's better than Corey Crawford.
I find it hilarious because it's a Philly goalie.
Shut up!
It's Neuberth.
It's new. Well, okay, that's schmoz. You know what? That's a schmoz. That's hilarious. That's great that you'd play me like that and say you're never gonna get it. I would have never guessed Neuberth. You know what?
No.
I knew Vithian. Okay, well, I think he's only how many games has he played? Like 1, half a game.
He has
Elliott's
played
2, maybe 3. Oh well, some fan.
1 win, 2 losses. 1.36 of
What?
against average.
Shut up! Unbelievable. I played myself right there. Okay. So Lundqvist, though, do you think it's done? Do you think he's losing it, or do you think it's just a rough patch?
You know what? It's hard to say a goalie of his caliber is done because he's been so good for so long. But that's the thing. He's been so good for so long.
And, they really... we felt it in the last, 4 years where the Rangers are like, we're making the playoffs! And everyone's like, all right, you better hurry. Because there's always that one... There's a couple saves where it's like, oh... That looked like it hurt a little bit. And, Lundqvist, no reaction. And then Toronto puts up 5 on him. He makes a save and the crowd goes, hey! And he goes, woo! And holds his glove in the air. And I was like, oh my God, Toronto broke Lundqvist. In 1 period, they broke him. I'm not saying Toronto's like, oh my God, the Mecca. It's just a team broke Lundqvist. He memed himself. Have you ever seen Lundqvist be anything other than cold as ice? Besides, at the end of... Was it the playoffs last year? Were they in the playoffs last year?
They were in the playoffs against Montreal, and then they beat them.
That was it was last year. I'm thinking of a specific play. I don't know what game it was. Brady Shea, rookie defenseman last year. He lost coverage of one of his men, or his man. He went to go up to the point, so the forward dropped back. I don't know who the forward was, and then they got tangled up. Give and go. Montreal scored. Lundqvist didn't break his stick, but banged his stick on the post to get his attention, looked at him, and just shook his head. And I was like, whoa.
I don't remember
I've
this.
never seen... Because Lundqvist is always a supportive goalie.
Yeah.
As in, he won't place blame on you. He'll say, hey, things happen, and he'll tell you how to fix it or adjust for next time. I had never seen that, and I remember hitting pause on the TV and being like, no, I didn't see that. No way. And then I went back and I played it again, and he did it, and I was like, whoa! What? I think it's changing. Times are changing.
Well,
I don't think he can keep up anymore.
I think he's 34, so it's only a matter of time until he's done. So.
Well, goalie's prime time is what? 26 to 34?
Oh, I'd say it's even 28 to 33.
It's where you're in prime time season.
We're
still good when you're young, Matt Murray, obviously.
Well,
there's outliers.
Even you look at Hellebuck right now.
Yep.
I'll take.
Thank you, Hellebuck.
The thing is with goalies is it's all positioning and learning the shooters and where they shoot, right? So your prime age is probably around 28, 27, 28, when you have been in the league long enough to see all these guys. And then, you can last a bit longer because it's not as demanding on your body because you're not getting hit all the time. It's just all about just
positioning,
staying loose and not having any groin injuries or anything. And So yeah, maybe he's done. He's old, man.
Well, even the
He's
Rangers
old.
aren't doing great at all right now. Like they're not.
They're not scoring that many goals, and
They never have, but like now it's really evident.
Well,
Like,
yeah, exactly.
they're like, you know what? We don't need a top line center. Derek Stepan, bye. Who'd they get, or did he walk? No, he traded him.
They traded
Niemi and Stepan.
Him and Ranta went to Arizona for Arizona's first round pick, who became.
Oh yeah.
Who did it?
Oh, that really weird Swedish kid. Yeah.
I think he made the team though.
Was that Chittle? No, that was last year. Anders Lynn? No. Either way,
I'm looking at
that Swedish kid. But they let their Derek Stepan's not a great option for top line center. But I rank Derek Stepan ahead of Mika Zibanejad as a top line center personally.
Well, especially with
because he's more responsible.
That's just
like,
what I was going to. Is he's better defensively, so like offensively he's not better.
No.
Like I'd say Zibanejad's probably.
But he suits Rangers like
They
drafted him and made him into what they wanted him, and then they're like, "Okay, bye." And I'm like, "What's that? What? Why would you do that?" And like, I get the Ranta thing because Ranta, not that you could tell that he wanted to go, but like it was circulating for quite a while that he was going to be gone. Like in terms of like a trade, because the market value for him was there. Like as in, there were teams that needed a goalie, and he was ready to try and take the plunge and be a top line. Or top
It has not worked out there
no,
either.
It hasn't. I haven't been paying
They
attention.
haven't won a game yet.
Arizona. Are they the last one to not win a game?
Yeah, everyone's won a game except for them, I believe, unless they won in the last 2 days because I haven't been keeping that much up to date.
It's Arizona.
It's Elias Anderson is the guy.
Elias Anderson, nice. He was one of those. Excuse me. He was one of those guys that when he got drafted, I was like, don't know who that is. Like, I didn't even Google it. I'm like, I'm going to let that one slide. I don't know who that is. I'm not an expert or anything, but usually first round, you have a decent grasp at like, oh, I've heard this guy's name before. Elias Anderson, I'm like, don't know who that guy is at all. Never heard of him. Not once.
Yeah, Arizona is 0-7 and 1.
What's the one? Overtime loss?
Loss.
Shootout loss.
Or it could be a shootout.
Yeah, but
it's
OT.
overtime.
Okay.
34 goals against.
Oh.
That's not Ranta, that's just the whole team.
So the Rangers, Coyotes, Habs suck, by the way.
What the... You know what?
Carey Price!
We all picked it at the beginning of the year that they weren't going to do good this year.
Oh, I can hear him yelling now while he's listening to this. I told you!
But the other thing is Carey Price hasn't been Carey Price either. Like, he's not stealing games for them, and that's what everyone said he would need to do.
He's something else, man. Like, who did he get mad at? He was banging his stick because he got 3 goals in 2 minutes. The other team, I forget who it was, but he's just like, never again.
It might have been Anaheim, I think they were playing.
Anaheim?
I think it was Anaheim.
Oh, I saw the great news about Anaheim. Ryan Getzlaf's back. Guess who his first game's back against? Why not? Welcome back to town. Come to Philly. It'll be fun. Good. He's getting a hattie. This happens. He's getting a hattie. It's going to happen.
3.33 goals against average for Ranta.
For Ranta, what about Price? What are you doing for Price?
Where's Price?
Because they're not doing great at all.
It's hard to find these guys because they're not where they should be.
Yeah, at the top.
Oh
no.
3.940.
Okay, so this is the league going to just a more scoring league? Like, because...
It seems to be that way. At least that's the thing, though. At the beginning of each year, usually scoring's up because guys aren't really...
There's new guys, so the goalies don't know. Yeah.
Well, not just that. It's not just that. It's usually it takes a while for everyone to get their defensive structures in at the beginning of the year. And it's kind of a little more wide open in the first week or two. But, man, like, to see guys like... How about...
Let me ask.
Antti Niemi.
What about him?
Do you know what his goals against average is right now?
I don't know.
Guess!
5. Higher. 5? Higher than 5? Shut up. 6.1.
Higher.
No. It can't. How many games has he played? Give me that.
He's played 3 games.
And it's higher than 6? Ay. That's a spicy meatball. Yeah, right. 7.2. 7.12. Get the hell out of town.
7.5 goals against average through 3 games.
Woo! Wait.
Probably a good time to
Is that
talk about
23 goals scored on him? No, 22? Oh, something like that. Jesus. What is going on with Wait, who's this again?
Antti Niemi.
Oh, Niemi. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
7.490 is actually the actual thing. It just says 7.5
No, that's
on
fine.
here.
That's fine. 7.5, we can round up. I'm sure he'll spot us the extra .001. What? .001, what's happening?
We should have to talk about him. He just got claimed by Florida.
He did.
I guess Luongo's hurt, so they need
Oh,
some
they
insulation. Yeah.
Well, the rhyme time. Rhyme time will hold it down.
Oh, yeah, he will.
Rhyme
I
time
think-
always just holds it down.
I think
Motion
he's just
holding
there
down.
until Luongo gets back in case it's just a short injury or a long one. At least you have someone there.
I guess, but wow.
Even Matt Murray's at like 3.35.
Okay, so yeah, that's what we're gonna use our like bar as, because Murray's not like, okay, I think he's a great goalie. Some people don't, Greg, but
What does Greg know about goalies?
I don't know. I don't know much about goalies either, so that's okay. I should have you and Brian on a podcast together, because you guys would be you're the goalie experts. You actually both play goalie, or you played goalie. You understand like positioning, and it probably drives you nuts when they're like, well, they should just play Hellebuck every game. Every game forever. Apparently all Jets fans today are Dr. Phil. This yeah, this you go, what are we going to do about this goaltending situation? Really have to figure it out. Like, that's every Jets. Like, what do you mean goaltending situation? Oh, I saw a great one of someone wrote Steve Mason, and they put words, but everywhere the S's, they put fives.
Oh, God.
And I was like, you guys are monsters.
Just
Like, Flyer fans were bad. Not that Jets fans aren't. All fans are bad. But Flyer fans, they would just tweet like, I hope he dies. Jets fans are
a little
just,
more interesting. We like to...
they spice it up a bit.
Yeah.
It's just like, hey, Steve, I hope you see this. Look, I spelt your name with fives. Because your goals against average is at least 5.
5.3 or something. It's bad.
It'll come
You
down.
know what?
It'll come down. It'll
It's
adjust.
not like he's played absolutely awful.
The team plays different in front of him because they don't have faith in him right now. And it was like the team playing in front of Pavlik last year at the start of the year. Same thing, where was it at the end of the year before?
It was about the middle of the year.
Okay, where they just had way more faith in Hellebuck, and so you could tell they weren't gripping the stick as much because they're not
when
worried.
Pavlik was there, they seemed to be like, okay, well, if we don't score 6 goals, we're not going to win, because Pavlik's numbers were worse than both Hutchinson's and Hellebuck in that 4 games that he, or 6 games that he played. I think he had like an 880 save percentage. Like, oh yeah, we have lots of confidence when he's back there. No, you don't.
You do not, you liar.
The thing is he had an 880 save percentage, and he won 3 of the 4 games that he played because they scored 6 goals all 4 games or whatever that he plays. Yeah, of course you're gonna win games when freaking.
That's what Buff's going around the room to everyone, like, as Pavlik just leaves the room, he's like, okay, Andrew, cop, gonna need you to, like, chip in tonight.
Me? What?
I can't. No, you're talking to someone. Brandon, you too. And Nick's wearing a suit, pretend. Hey, Nikki, we need you to think of scoring when you're in the box. Think of scoring when you're in press box. Think of it, or go, it'll help us. Like, just being motivational speaker. And then there's a fan trying to get down the hallway. We gotta think about goaltending. We're out. Why do they keep getting in? I don't know where the key is. Security is actually not that great at NHL games. They're like, really? People lucking the Super Bowls for free. Did you hear that story, like, side tangent? Did you hear the story about last year 4 guys got onto the field for free with no access passes anywhere? Because all 4 of them they didn't wear their, like, fan gear, but they had backpacks on, but they all walked in carrying a ladder. And then whenever they got to security, they're just like, oh, where are you going? Oh, Steve told me to bring it over to John. Oh, okay. And just stick to regular names and be confident. And, like, just look him in the eyes and be like, John told me to meet Gary over there. And then just point and go to where you're going to. And if you go there and you don't look questionable, you get right there. I've done this once, not on purpose, totally by accident. I went to a football game. I think it was with Greg and a couple of... Either way, there was 4 of us. We thought we had field access to the Winnipeg Blue Bombers local CFL team. We thought we had, like, access to... Like, we had field access, but we thought we were to meet our friends' parents in, like, the booth where they have all the buffet and everything. Well, next thing you know, they're like, we can't find you on the list. We're like, John and Judy. Like, they're there. They're just John and Judy. They're on the list. Take a peek. They're there. And they're like, we can't find it. We're like, we're supposed to meet him here because like we were under the impression we're supposed to get in the tent, so we were being kind of dicks about it. Like not mean, but like they're on the list, and then they're like, "Well, if you say so, hop on in." And we went in. Next thing you know, we're eating hot dogs and nachos. We get a call from my friend's parents. They're like, "Hey, where are you?" We're like, "We're eating. We're waiting for you. Where are you at?" "What do you mean you're eating?" "We're in the tent. We got all the food." "We don't have access to the food." "Well, we're here now. We're not leaving. So see you later, I guess." I ate so much food that day. So much food. I ate. You know how delicious free wings are at a football game? I've never eaten wings
Free
at
everything is
no, but
better,
like
no matter what.
specifically wings. I only eat wings inside when I'm watching sports on TV. When you're outside at a football game, it's the best food. It's the best food. Oh, it's fantastic.
Yeah, it's stuff like that. Like when I used to work at my other job, like you walk in with a ladder, no one says anything to you. You just walk to the back and you just do your stuff. I could walk into any store and just, oh yeah, I'm just here to fix some lighting up there.
Yep.
Oh yeah, okay.
And you know what? I've worked in those stores, like in retail and whatnot, where people walk in with a ladder and you think there's someone, and then next thing you know, they make the ladder. They're sitting at the top of the ladder, and we're like, "Hey, did you need a hand?" He's like, "Oh, I'm just waiting for the next guy. He's not here for like an hour, so I'm just going to sit here." Well, it's too late now. I mean, we can't call his bluff. He's already sitting on the ladder. So I guess you're here now. Welcome aboard.
What are you
Welcome
going
to
to
the
do?
team.
Tip the freaking ladder
Exactly.
over?
Like, you're not going to do that.
It's over.
It's a human. You don't do that. You don't do that to humans. Oh, yeah, right. That's what I wanted to say about the Habs. So they made a trade this offseason. They acquired Jonathan Drouin. They sent away Mikhail Sergachev. Now, you told me earlier today, Sergachev has 3 goals and the whole Habs Sergachev has 2 goals himself. Okay?
And then the Montreal Canadiens whole decor put together has 3.
Woo! Oh, mama. That's fantastic.
Drouin's a good player.
Yeah, very.
We're not wrong on that. But Montreal Canadiens need defensemen. They
Dave
also need
Schwem-
scoring.
Okay.
I don't know what they need. They need everything. They're terrible.
Last week I forgot to mention it, or maybe I did. Mark Streit, they came to a mutual decision to terminate his contract, so he cleared waivers. Now he's done. No one can pick him up. He probably retired, kind of. Like he's
going to KHL or something.
KHL, perfect. That's fine. He's from Switzerland, so whatever, closer to home.
Maybe he'll go play in the Swiss League.
I love it. Exactly. Do your thing. They did this because they thought who was going to come back? Someone was going to come back. Well, that someone was Dave Schlemko, and Dave Schlemko, where did I write the injury? He's out for another 3 to 4 weeks because he has to have hand surgery.
Did he get slashed in the hand like everyone else?
I don't know what brought maybe. But like they thought he was going to come back. They reevaluated. They're like, oh, he needs surgery. After they were benching Strike. They weren't even playing him. And now they don't have him.
So now they don't have anyone really to...
They don't have anyone. It's a mess in Montreal.
Especially if they lost that other young kid, Juleson.
Noah Jolson, yeah.
He was supposed to be able to make this team too at a training camp, but he got hurt. He broke something too.
So they sent him to...
Well, that he's
Laval
still with it.
Rocket.
Well, no, because he's still junior eligible. I'm pretty sure.
Is he?
I think so.
That'd be fantastic.
I'm pretty sure he is.
I believe you. That's fine.
Okay.
If he isn't,
The thing is,
Happy Canada Day, Canada.
Yeah, you know more about the junior stuff than I do.
Yeah.
But I don't know. If he were to make that, to come back, would he just jump right in, or is it too if midway through a season?
For Noah Jolson or what?
Yeah, if you're going midway through a season, do you want a kid as a rookie at 19? Because I'm pretty sure he's still junior eligible to come in and start playing, because that's a big jump from playing junior. I know, and even training camp.
What do you
is
mean,
a big jump? Training camp to midway through the season is probably when his injury is going to be healed.
Well, okay, that's fine. That's fair. Totally get it. I personally would just send him down. Keep him with the team. He's off the books. You're not burning years off his contract.
Yeah,
because he's not playing. And he's in your care.
I'm pretty sure they still get paid though if they're on IR, right?
Yep.
So he'd be still getting his entry level deal, which would be way better.
Which is fantastic.
That'd be sweet.
However, knowing the ridiculous house of horrors that is the management group of the Montreal Canadiens, they're like, yeah, put him in. It's fine. Now, why would we put him onto a Canadian junior team and have him play in front of play kids his age where he can dominate, get his confidence back, then bring him back? Or just send him to junior and let him have a great year and keep him away from this hellfire that is this franchise? No, we'll keep him here. It's like the Jesse Puljujarvi and the Leon Draisaitl situation in terms of with junior, where I'm making a hypothetical situation, but 2 years in a row, the Oilers poached respective countries. They're like, oh, Jesse, you're going to just sit in the press box. And they did that to Draisaitl, too.
It worked out in the Draisaitl case, you could say, at least, because...
You don't think he would have at least wanted to go play?
Of course he wanted to go play.
I understand, though.
Of course he wanted to go play.
Here's the other angle, though, with Noah Jolson, or however you say it, Noah, is if you send him there, chance he could get injured again. And then he's done for the entire year. You know, so, like, do you want that?
Well, yeah, but even you're looking at it, even if he's playing anywhere, there's always a chance to get injured, right? So,
but to answer your original question, knowing the Habs, they're going to keep him. They're crazy. They don't know what they're doing.
No idea.
We could be plopped into an NHL franchise and do maybe just a little worse than the Habs, and we don't get paid the amount that their management group gets paid.
I wish you think Bergeron, he's making good money there. He's got to be. Like, it's the Montreal Canadiens. He has to be making good money. Because if he's got them at, like, at the, by the throat, too, right? Because, like, he's French-Canadian. He can speak the language. Not a lot of GMs can.
They got to get away from that. That's stupid. I understand.
It's ridiculous. We all know it. But that's just how they are. It's ridiculous.
That's nuts.
We won't take a good coach, but we'll take Michel Therrien for a third stint. Come back, Michel. We need a scout.
Michel, come on board. No, now they have Claude Julien, don't they?
Michel Therrien's a scout there again.
Oh, no. I did not know that. Again. It didn't work out 2 other times. I'm like, he's changed, okay? He brought back my CDs this time. It's fine. It's changed, okay?
He'll be the coach again before Claude Julien's done. They'll fire Julien. And if Patty Waugh doesn't want to take the job, they're like, well, Michel, you're your only option. You're French. Okay.
Welcome aboard again. Oh, before we move on from Sergachev, although we kind of already did, he's playing 10 games, you told me. So is he staying for the rest of the year then?
At least till the 40-game mark. Because after the 40-game mark, then you burn a year of your restricted free agency. So that's more the big one, because if you have them play the 1 year of their entry-level deal up to the 40-game mark, and they're not doing great, but they're still playing well, enough to be in the NHL, it kind of reduces how much they're going to get on their next deal, right? Which is, I think, what the Oilers are trying to do with Draisaitl, but then they just kind of like, here, take all the money.
Take all the money and then get injured, but then come back again. It's fine. Okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Oh, you were saying before we started, Patrick Eaves was diagnosed with some rare
this is a weird
one. Yeah.
Let me look this one up.
Yeah, he's got to read this because this is I have no idea. Never heard of this.
Neither did I until
I wish
today.
nothing. We all wish nothing but the best, but I want to hear what it is and what the situation is.
Where did he go? Where's that beard?
Well,
Where's that beard?
And in the meantime, while you're trying to find that, I will say that there was one trade this week that I know of. Riley Sheehan and a 2018 fifth rounder went to the Penguins for Scott Wilson and a 2018 third rounder to the Wings. The AA situation is almost over. Andreas Athanasiou.
I thought it was done.
Yeah, he signed a 1 year, $1.387 million deal. However, hold on, I think I have a picture of a situation here. I got to figure it out what is happening because I just read something. If you do have Patrick Eaves,
I do have it. It's called Guillain-Barré syndrome. It is a rare disorder in which a patient's immune system attacks the nervous system, sometimes resulting in death. Eaves' condition was diagnosed early, an important factor in successful treatment. So he'll live.
Okay,
which is good. And I guess I don't know what that even means really. It attacks the nervous system, so like he won't be able to move.
I guess.
I don't know.
Your nerves are everywhere.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
So it shuts down his nervous system.
Yes.
So that kills you, is what it does. Because your nervous system is... Have you ever gone to, did you ever go when the Human Body exhibit was here?
No.
At that weird building that's no longer there because there's a huge hotel thing being built? Well, it's like, if you ever get a chance, even in your city, wherever you are, go see the Human Body exhibit, or I forget what it's called, but they have, a human body, donated by cancer, of, the nervous system. It literally looks like a body just with, no bones or anything, but it's your nerves are everywhere, because that's what makes you feel.
Yeah.
And so, that's, there are diseases out there where people don't feel, and that's, where you can get cut, or, you could have a hand cut off and you don't feel anything, because you don't feel. Like physically feel, not like maybe emotionally you have emotions.
I'm sure it doesn't.
If you don't feel emotions, you're a sociopath. We all know that. That's serial killers and murderers and crazy people. But so that sucks. I hope he's gonna survive.
He's gonna survive, and he's on the road to recovery to be getting back into the NHL.
Now to mention the Andre AA, 1 year, $1.387 million. However, sounds Elliot Friedman tweeted, it sounds like they can't finalize it into a corresponding roster move, but looks like 1 year around 1.35. And Cap Friendly quoted the tweet saying, with essentially $0 in cap space, options available for the Red Wings to finalize the deal are make a trade, which they did. Yeah. So that would explain the Riley Sheehan deal. Long-term IR, another player, or waive 2 players with cap hit totaling $1.35 million. So apparently the Red Wings I didn't realize they were in that much trouble for cap space either.
Oh, and it gets better because I think Green's the only guy coming off their cap this coming year. And they have to sign Larkin and Mantha.
Be a real shame if one of those players were to sign an offer sheet. Anywhere. Just be like, wait, how much does Detroit have left? 3.5? Hey, Larkin, 3.65.
I'm sure they can move some caps out.
4. Do it, push it. Really push the limit. 4. What do you think? Slide it across the table. Dylan's like, sure, I'll come play for Buffalo. Oh, no. Not again. Oh, Buffalo. I love you. All right, let's see if I wrap it up, see if I got anything here. Oh, I said I was going to bring back to it. Andrew McDonald, of course, classic Flyers with their... I make fun of the Jets for their ominous stuff. Like, Flyers will tell you the years and the money they pay guys. They, gun to their heads, they will never tell you direct injuries that happen, ever. Ever. Flyers, Andrew McDonald's out 4 to 6 weeks with a lower body injury. When asked to, basically, and you can't ask Ron Hextall, be like, what does it mean? Lower body, I just said that. Well, what's lower body? Whatever you consider low. Thanks, Ron. Cool. Sweet, sweet, sweet. Cool.
My buddy who I used to work with.
Yep.
We both used to work with for
of course,
yeah. Whenever it's lower body injury, it's dick in a door. He got his dick caught in a door. That's the injury.
Yep. That makes it funny. Exactly. 4 to 6 weeks. Hey, that shuts you down for 4 to 6 weeks. That's fair.
It was a steel door.
Yeah. Oh, or one of those freezer doors that locks. Oh, I slammed my finger in a few doors. It sucks. My mom, when she was younger, her sister slammed, her hand was in the door frame trying to hold it shut. Her sister slammed the door shut, and the tip of her finger got chopped off.
Oh, fun fact.
And because it was back in the day, because my mom is an older lady, I'll say I don't want to say her age on air. She'll get mad. Because it was the old school, you didn't necessarily go to the doctor to fix things, so they just crazy glued it back on. But what happens when you crazy glue a tip of a finger back on is also you don't necessarily put it on straight. The nerves aren't always there. They didn't do it properly because it was glued on. So the rest of her finger grew, but the tip of her finger stayed 8-year-old size. Oh no! I can show you. I'll get her to show you.
No, I don't want to see. It's weird.
It's odd. And being a little kid, they have no filter. And so when I was younger, I asked these questions, and now my little cousins come over and they're like, "Why is your finger weird?"
Just yelling.
Yeah. Oh, always. It's classic. Oh, did you know Jeff Carter's out 4 to 6 weeks? He had to have He had a freak accident where he got cut with a blade, and he had leg surgery.
Yeah, I was watching that.
That's weird.
It's strange.
They said a higher up person in the Kings management or somewhere regarding the Kings said it was just a freak accident. He was wearing all the protective equipment to cut. They're cut. Those socks cut proof, but they're not exactly 100%.
That's the Kevlar socks, right? You're talking about, yeah.
He was wearing those, and it just happened. So he was out 4 to 6 weeks. So many fantasy owners are like, no.
Well, it was a weird play because he just kind of tried to dump it in almost. I think it was at the end of the period, and he turned his body and kind of hit Petrie's leg, and Petrie's leg just kind of twisted towards the back of his leg. And I guess it just kind of lacerated it and gave it a nice cut. I thought maybe it was an Achilles injury, but it didn't look that bad.
No?
Because, it was weird. He just stood up, looked down, and then went, I think I'm cut. And then looked back down at it and skated off, and then that was the end of the period for him.
Oh, and it was just really odd.
Yeah, it was a really weird play.
Okay. All right, I don't have anything else in regards to hockey news to my knowledge, but we did have a comment. Now, the comment is from Luke Trottier. Luke said, "Good to be back, LOL. I compare Provorov to Doughty because, 1, they both play mechanically, high efficiency of movement. They both look effortless at all times and never overexert when they don't have to. 2, they both play on their heels leaning forward. Their gap control is really good and they always challenge a player coming towards them. 3, he just has that steady, calm, and positional awareness like Doughty." And then he says, "He isn't someone you can appreciate with the most highlight reels, but if you watch a lot of games, you see how consistently he does so many things well, and how quickly he is improving. Last January compared to now even, he is a much better player." And then there's a space, and I don't know who this was directed at. "Subban isn't good defensively? His role in Nashville is a shutdown defenseman. I agree about Burns and the other regular suspects, though, who are good offensively and bad defensively. You can definitely have both, though. Carlson Pietrangelo, for example." So
I will give him that. Like, Subban has been better ever since he's been in Nashville. But I'm going off the larger sample size because he's only been in Nashville for a year. When he was with the Habs, where he was just trash defensively. So, yeah, he's better off defensively in Nashville, but his numbers have also gone down in Nashville. So.
Yeah, but that's also because like the team that he's playing with, he doesn't need to have those numbers to be successful.
For sure.
And yeah, as Greg, I'm sure, will be piping in next week or whenever he's on again. He's never coming back. No, I'm just kidding. Greg has already preached from the choir, from the mass, whatever, preached that PK Subban is one of the best defensemen in the league at shot suppression, which means he's a great defenseman, which means he suppresses your shots and makes you take bad angle shots, and those are high percentage saves for most goalies.
Yeah.
Unless you're, I don't know, apparently Antti-Niemi, because sweet mother of God. Those lucky number 11s up top there. That's awful. Wow. So yeah, and just in regards to Provorov, I see where you're coming out. Like, I've watched Provorov now for 2 years in Brandon, almost 3 years. Like, not every game, obviously, but I've watched Provorov a lot, and you do make great comparisons to Doughty. I just have a personal vendetta against Drew Doughty. That's why I don't like him. He's done too much damage to me. Too much damage to me emotionally to cheer him on. That's like, I appreciate Carey Price, don't get me wrong. He's fantastic. Maybe not right now, but he's just going through a rough patch. But I can't ever fully support Drew Doughty or Carey Price. They've just done too much damage emotionally to me to really support them all the way. I don't know. I'm weird. I get it. Yeah. Any closing things you'd like to say?
No. Pretty much. We talked a lot.
We did. We actually covered the hour. We're over an hour right now.
Yeah, we talked a lot about nothing, so we did a good job.
That's okay. I'm stuck thinking about a title, but that's for later. So if you would like to go, I don't know if we. Oh, do you have to go? Go. What do you?
No, not Patrick's Parade. What is it? Fallen for Dolan.
Oh my goodness! That's why you're here. Yeah. Fallen for Dolan. Here we go. Yeah, Fallen for Dolan. All in for Dolan.
You know what? There's lots.
The Hunt for Joe Buck's baby boy's little girl.
I heard one on. It was a Jets tweet. It's Stalin for Dolan.
Stalin for Dolan?
Because when Jets stop, they stall. So it's Stalin for Dolan.
Oh, I like it. I hope anyone on a real jet never stalls. Ever. Because that's terrifying. I've been on an airplane ride twice now. Either way. I made it home, went there. I would never want to be in an airplane crash. That's terrifying. I was looking out the window. I'm like, I'm not afraid of heights. Oh, look out the window. Woo! Where's the land? They're like, that's the Hudson Bay. I was like, dang! I couldn't see land. Water everywhere. Cold water. Polar bears, belugas. Killer whales. Yep, that's all I got to say about that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have to count now because it's not an even number anymore. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. In 27th, Buffalo. In 28th, Rangers. In 29th, Edmonton. In 30th, Montreal. In 31st, Arizona.
I don't think any of those changed from last week, did they? One of them might.
No,
I don't know.
I don't think so. I think they have stayed the exact same. But then again, the Jets only had one game this week. I like the new schedule deal. I like how they're getting breaks.
Yeah.
easy peasy. You don't get overloaded. It's nice. Obviously, there's going to be a time where there's a crunch.
I think February is the Jets' big crunch where they play every second day pretty much. But they're all at home, so it's not as big of a deal.
No, it's not. And when they're at home, you don't have to worry about like doing the math in your head of like, oh, is it at like 6 or is it at 9:30? God bless.
Well, no, because if the Leafs come to town at 6 o'clock, because it's all about
because
the
it's
Leafs.
at 7 on the Leafs time.
Exactly.
But hey, that's why the Leafs have to make the playoffs because they get the good times, and then you know when your team's playing.
It wasn't that. I know they were doing a doubleheader hockey night in Canada, and that's why we're at 6.
Oh, that's
so
fair.
People just like to complain.
Yeah, I complain often. I was gonna say, God bless the fans who are on the East Coast. Who are on the East Coast who are fans of West Coast teams, because your games, even if it starts at 7:30 in San Jose. That's like 1 o'clock, like 12:30 in New Brunswick.
Oh yeah,
that's crazy. How are you a fan of them? That's my question. If you've made it this far,
at this point in time with technology, PVRs are great.
Oh, PVRs are fantastic. I PVR. I'll use wrestling as an example. Monday Night Raw, 7 to 10, 3 hours every Monday. If you PVR and skip the matches you don't want to watch and skip the commercials, you can burn through that in hour 15.
Well, exactly.
That's
I don't watch
ridiculous.
anything. I don't even watch PVR anymore. I just Cody everything.
Okay.
Because it takes out the commercials. You don't even have to skip through the commercials. It just cuts it to the next scene. Every time.
Who doesn't?
Who
is Cody? How do I get his number? It's actually Cody McLeod. He's like, yeah, actually just from time to time just work on this thing. Named it after me. Yeah, who knew Cody McLeod? Super genius as well, actually. That's why he's punching people for a career. But that's
all the smart ones are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Karros is like, he's from Harvard.
They're all Ivy League brawlers.
Doesn't make sense.
It's the best. They're like, you know what? I'll ruin my body for a decade to make the money to live for the rest of my life. That's fair, which is true. Minimum contract $550,000 in the NHL. That's
it's more than anything.
Pretty good money.
Anything else? Yeah, you're right.
Well, who's the highest paid doctor in Winnipeg? I just saw that. I think they make. Maybe I read it wrong, but I think the average doctor in Winnipeg makes like $300,000 a year. Like a home doctor, like pediatrician type deal, but like a doctor, you save people. A week ago today, I fell asleep on my shoulder, popped it out of the socket. My body's running at peak physical condition, first off. But it hurt so bad I couldn't feel the tips of my fingers. 2 days later, I was throwing a football. Medicine, science. George Peros couldn't do that for me. That's what I'm getting at.
Well, he's a lawyer. It's a bit different.
It's true.
Isn't that what Harvard is? Lawyers? It's gotta be.
Well, not... Yeah, you only
lawyers.
go to Harvard for
lawyers.
Only
nothing
lawyers.
else.
I thought he went to Princeton.
He might be Princeton.
Ivy League. The smart, okay? The smarty pants.
Jesus.
If you have any questions, comment down below. If you want to get in contact with us, hit us up on Twitter at LastMinutePC, Gmail lastminutepc@gmail.com. We're on YouTube, obviously, on anywhere where you can find podcasts. iTunes, Podomatics. That's the only ones I can think of at the moment. Oh, and Pocket Cast. However you listen to your podcast, we're there. Until next time, I'm Cam. This has been Matt. You want to say closing words, anything before
Nope, I'm
end
good.
it? All right. See you guys later. And see you at another time.